What's up, guys? Barry Gaming here, back with some more Idle Heroes, and today I kind of wanted to reflect on the state of Idle Heroes because, as you guys may or may not know, I play a lot of idle gachas. Now, not just saying gachas in general, like I've tried Genshin Impact, I've tried the big ones that are more RPG like first person type stuff, third person. Not the biggest fan of them because, at the end of the day, I think a lot of us here are older in age and we're looking for something to get done very quickly and still enjoy a game on the couch with very little time. And honestly, out of all the games I'm playing, as far as time consumption takes, Idle Heroes still feels like one of the best and most efficient ones, especially in 2024, with all these new games coming out with like all the power systems of old games. That's one trend that I have noticed that I do want to talk about, and I know a lot of people are like, Heroes just has so many power systems now, but crazy because new games launch with almost as many power systems as the 8-year-old games. So let's talk about what Idle Heroes is like in 2024. Maybe you guys see this video and you haven't played Idle Heroes since, I don't know, 2020, 2021 during the good old COVID times. Let me know in the comments down below when you guys quit and if you guys have tried it recently, if you have come back to the game. But honestly, it's still one of the easiest idle gachas I play to date that takes the least amount of time. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Leave a comment down below. Hit that thumbs up. Let's see if we can get a lot of eyes on this video right here. Let's get into it. So let's start off with the biggest one, and I think the biggest reason why even to this day I'm still a content creator for Idle Heroes, and that is pretty simply the Idle Master. If you guys don't use it, you really need to. The fact that you can get majority of your dailies done through this one system at the click of a single button click does sometimes take time. This is gotta be the best tool I ever have. I don't know about you, but I play a lot of other idle gacha games, and so many of them you can't even skip battles in your daily modes. Like, you just have to sit there and watch 2 minutes of a battle for something that could easily be a smash button. And then what Idle Heroes does, it takes it even further and lets you smash all of those gameplay functionalities in one spot, including a spot where you can see every store that might be popping up between, like, Aspen Dungeon, your Celestial Island, all these things. There are a couple things, you kind of manually need to do. You need to do like your Void Vortex, you need to do your Void Arc, you need to check your adventure association if you want to really maximize your stuff, and then you just need to come over and claim your mail as well. That's kind of like the bare minimum. Of course, going into Interdimensional Arena every day, making sure you got like your lineup set and everything is kind of an important thing, and getting these hits you do have to manually do so long as your Crystal Crown League is open. But for those of you guys who are not used to it, Crystal Crown League's on a new server for about 5 to 6 months. It depends on how many leagues openings there are, like how many times it's opened, and then it goes away. And then after that, it does make Interdimensional Arena a lot easier because then the Idle Master will smash that. But in the meantime, the one downside is part of your dailies here is to do, I believe, your PvP battles as well. I think somewhere, I don't remember where it is, but part of it is going to default to Crystal Crown League, which is a little bit of a letdown. A lot of these things you don't even need to claim every day, so it's like the bare minimum you need to do in these events feels really, really good. Literally can get away from the game within 5 minutes, even when you have things like Celestial Force War, Star Expedition, because they keep adding more and more Smash functionalities. I've just not found a game that's more convenient to play in 2024. If anything, they try to keep you in the game for as long as possible. I've literally played other games, and I actively play other games where it takes me an hour to 2 hours just to do my daily, so I don't feel like I'm falling behind. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I think Idle Heroes is still hitting me really good with the daily grind. Number 2 is the hero collection system. I don't know about you, but I'm almost getting tired of all these other games where they basically want you to basically collect a maxed out version of every single hero, and to boot on that, they have game modes where you're going to need even more than one lineup. The thing that I love the most about Idle Heroes, besides the daily grind, which is next to none, is the fact that you invest in like one project hero at a time. You want to get that one super strong hero, where all these other games you're basically leveling up your entire account at the same time. Now, the one nice thing with that is sometimes it's easier to switch between heroes if you do make mistakes, but if you're someone like me and you like planning ahead and try to be optimal and try to optimize your progression, planning ahead and knowing what you're going to do is a very big thing because, well, yeah, there is one downside. Soul symbols are kind of hard to come by in this game nowadays. You can't even just buy them like you used to if you were a spender. It is more impactful when you do change your account. However, you probably don't need to, so long as you're following the correct guides on Reddit and Discord between the MK, all these different build orders you can do. Is really, really nice to only have to focus on single heroes, because the one thing I will say is Idle Heroes has done a really good job of keeping you to a one hero lineup type gameplay. Even when we're talking about the newest, furthest progression modes, you're still on one. Now, there is, you know, a game mode, like one game mode where you need two different lineups of Transcendence heroes, but it's one of the few places outside of PvP where it's just like, it's just not that big of a deal. So I kind of like the fact that hero collecting isn't this, I'm going to build every hero in the game. It's like, I'm going to focus on specific heroes and build support heroes around them. And that's one of the things that really you don't see in any other idle gachas right now. Now, this does segue into the third point that I really enjoy, and the fact is there is so much endgame PvE. If you guys don't know what that means, player versus environment. There's so many PvE game modes in this game for endgame progression that it is a nice, refreshing feeling. Majority of the idle games out there, you can pretty much get through most of the PvE content with relative ease, and then the only thing that's available to you is like the PvP. PvP becomes the pure end goal for whales, for spenders, and things like that. And that's one thing I really hate about games, because personally, I'm not a PvP type of player anymore. I used to in my old days. Nowadays, I like PvE content more than anything else. And I do think that they have done a good job of adding new PvE content while also, you know, nerfing older versions of the content to make sure it is clearable by a lower power player. And then putting these big roadblocks in that, you know, I mean, I'm sure there's quite a, actually, there's still not even that many. There's 13 people that have cleared through 7-6 here. So there's a very small percentage. However, they did nerf the previous chapter when that came out. They have other game modes where you can slowly generate resources. Whoops, I forgot I was actually in this and I'm at a very low depth. But there's a lot of ways to grind resources AFK nowadays. And there's just like, it becomes so much easier. So much easier. Only having to focus on one lineup and not worrying about having 5 different lineups that can compete and win waves over and over. And most of the games feel like that nowadays. At the very least, you need like 3 lineups. I personally don't like that type of team building. I like hyper focusing on a specific team build and then optimizing it as much as possible. So if that's what you're looking for, Idle Heroes in 2024 feels the same as the old days, where you're focused on that one E5 hero on your account and then progressing from there. So the one thing that I really do love about Idle Heroes as well, the art style. It is hard to find a game with this much polish visually. Not talk about translations and how skills work. A lot of times that's a little iffy. But as far as the visuals of this game goes, it is really, really nice. Tons of really nice skins come out. Granted, they're all spending ones nowadays. There's not any like really cheap ones, but I do really enjoy the art style, because I feel like so many of these games have gone that anime waifu style that I'm just not a big fan of. Now, granted, like there are some heroes that come out that are, they got some promiscuous outfits on and stuff. They're a little revealing, but they're not over the top ridiculous. And I think if you guys especially visit the gacha subreddit and stuff, yeah, there's some really raunchy games out there, and I've never been a fan of those personally. It's kind of cringy to me personally, but I really do enjoy the art style of Idle Heroes, and I feel like it's something you can't find very often. The one thing that's really cool is the hard, dark edges, because if you notice on all the character art that we have, a lot of them have that really hard black edge on them. It makes the images look so crisp, especially when they're on top of these random background colors and stuff. I really, really enjoy the art style. I love the hero designs. For those of you guys who play with the voice, I can't really speak to that because I always play this on mute, but most of these are pretty cool looking, and even some of the oldest heroes in the game still look really, really cool in my opinion to this day. They did do a refresher a couple years ago. Some of you guys might not have been around for that, where they upgraded the older hero models. So some of them might look a little goofy to you. They basically upgraded everything that wasn't a 5, like a natural 5-star, like the gray-eyed Zekis. They did redo it to make it a little bit more cartoony looking, but again, it's not something that I'm like turned off against. I kind of liked it. It was weird at first. It started to grow on me with the better art style, so that's why it's just hard to find another game that looks like this. Last but certainly not least, I have to say it is the community. I play and make content for a lot of different games. The community just doesn't seem to be there in some of these newer games, whereas we've seen a lot of friends come and go from Idle Heroes, but the one thing that has stayed pretty much the same is community overall has been pretty good, and I've enjoyed talking to you guys. I hope we can get to more live streaming in the future as well, so we can have more of that conversation. But yeah, I've really enjoyed the community here, whether it's Reddit, whether it's Discord, whether it's even on live streams and such. It's been really, really cool, and compared to all these other games I've played, kind of feels unmatched, even just in the quantity of people that participate on things like Discord and Reddit. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Let me know in a comment down below if you guys even still play. I know a lot of you guys are probably still subbed. You see probably a lot of my videos coming up in your stream of your list on YouTube, and probably don't check many out. But let me know if you did quit, why you quit, if you guys have returned to the game as well. Do make sure you guys hit the thumbs up on this button if you haven't done it just yet and you're newer to Idle Heroes or returning player. Hit that subscribe button. I think we only have like 55% of everybody watching this video right now is actually subscribed, and hey, we're getting close to 100,000 subscribers. So talking about community, thank you guys so much for all this. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. See you guys next time.